Hello and welcome, my name is Boneless and today I'm going to be showing you part 2 of my PUDGE Jungling guide. So today I'm going to be showing you two replays. I'm going to be showing you this replay you're watching right now, where you are watching me play PUDGE against some mod golems. There's going to be a lot of mod golems here in this replay. I just wanted to prove that this is still a very good style of jungling, even if you get the worst creep possible, which is the mod golem. Right off the bat, I want this video to be a bit more technical. So I just wanted you to pay attention to the bottom right corner, because this is where I queue up all my items. And I'm not even queuing up 8 items, I'm queuing up 20 items. So in case you want to follow, take note, you can watch it here. But basically it's like 2 clarities plus the 2 clarities I've already stashed at the tower. So it's gonna be boots and 4 clarities, that's gonna be your first courier usage. Then you get tranquil boots, that's gonna be your second courier usage. And after that, I'm just getting a ton of regen. And then also Ring of Protection whenever I have the economy. So that's pretty much my strategy. The idea is to just spend as much regen as possible, because I can convert that into jungle speed. So I'm gonna be jungling really quickly, because I'm just pumping myself with all of this regen. So in the second replay I'm gonna be showing you today, I'm gonna be playing a slightly different style of jungling. I'm gonna be doing a style of jungling where I stack a lot. Like, I'm gonna be stacking the medium camp quite a lot, and it's gonna be different. I ended up going away from this because of 2 reasons. The first reason is that pretty much stacking has been nerfed in this patch, and also PUDGE is not really good at farming stacks. You're gonna see that later. It's actually painful to watch. I'm gonna be using so many healing potions and stuff just to clear the stack. So it's really not worth it. The only way it is worth it is if you have a mid laner or a safe laner or someone else who really enjoys taking the stacks. You could just stack for them and it's actually gonna be kinda good. But here, I'm cooking the range creep. Imagine this is a real game, I'm just securing the range creep and then I'm actually just getting away. In a real game, I would want to take the melee creep that's dying here. I would want to take that XP. But just for the sake of realness, I'm gonna just walk away, because right now I'm solo. In a real game, I would have to share the XP with my offlane, right? So in a real game, you take 2 creeps worth of XP, but right here I'm only gonna get 1 just because I'm solo. And then you could play some mind games, going into the trees and like act as you're still gonna be in the trees looking for a hook or something, because that is gonna give some protection to your offlane somewhat. But really, what you want to do is go jungle. So here, I think I showed you all of this, so I'm gonna show you here. Take the first, hook the first creep. Then the second creep, large creep here, is unfortunately in a bad angle, so I had to go around. This happens sometimes. You're gonna lose a little bit of speed, but it's really not a big deal. You have to just be patient, get the right angle, because it's very important that you hook the large creep, and then you can just use the rock on the smaller creeps. So right here is my worst nightmare. Not this one. But you can just see the toes of the mod golems on the top of the screen, and then I just pass the camp with mod golems. So I'm gonna have mod golems everywhere. This is the worst creep you can get as a PUDGE. So I'm gonna show you here how I deal with it, because it's not that bad. So you have a hook that can one-hit creeps, that also works on mod golems. So even though your rod damage is pretty bad against mod golems, you can still do it. So just like in the first replay I showed you, in part 1 rather, then here is where I just hook 1 mod golem and then I just go get the rune. And because it's mod golems, I don't even care if they're in the right position, because 2 mod golems is of course fine. I just want to hook one of those guys to just get them away. And even if I lose the 2 smaller creep, this is still worth it, because I just want to get rid of them basically. So now I'm just waiting for my hook so I can get the centaur. We can fast forward a little bit here. So I get the centaur, the big camp, then I kill this big camp, also centaur. And what do I do with the mod golems? What did I do? Yeah. So right here I'm actually just waiting for the mod golem to... Yeah, I'm looking at the angle. I have some time here, because the next hard camp I want to make is this starts at 3 minutes, so I'm just gonna hook the second camp. It's a little bit bad, because I'm gonna miss out on these 4 smaller mod golems, but it's okay. I'm gonna... Here is actually an interesting decision. I was thinking about hooking the 1 creep and then go up to just farm some of the smaller creeps and then hooking a second creep. I think I decided against this for 2 reasons. One of the reasons is 2 of the smaller creeps are about to die if they haven't died already. So it's only 2 creeps I can go up there and farm, so it's not that good. And the second reason is I don't have that much mana, so I figured I can just hook the big creep here and then I'm gonna just absolutely face tank the smaller tomato, which is painful, but I just have to do it, I think. It's the right call. And then when I'm done here, I'm gonna look at the small camp. If it is still, yeah, you see 2 of them died and 2 of them are still here. So I think my play is here to simply kill this hard camp like I just did, and then I have like 10 seconds before the rune spawns. I just want to get rid of these 2. I mean, I might as well, I have nothing better to do. My hook is, I don't have mana for my hook, and also I have pretty much nothing to kill right now. And I want this camp to be cleared for when I come back to farm it. So here I take the hard camp again, and then I get a much better camp. This is much better. And then I can just farm these instead. So this is just the point I'm trying to make, that it's really not the end of the world. If you are getting some golems, it's okay. So here, yeah, once again, I'm not even gonna bother doing the small creeps. I'm just gonna hook them, and then I'm gonna go back to my hard camp here, which is my goal, to clear both hard camps every minute. Here I think it's pretty close. Level 2 rod, I'm gonna have level 3 rod. I think I can make it. Yeah, I'm gonna make it. It's a lot better if you can actually kill the camp and then get out. Like this is much better. Because stacking is not good. So if you can kill the camp in time and then wait to spawn the new camp, that's a lot better right now. You can also deal with the mod golems just by hooking one creep and then face tanking the other creep, but don't use rod until there are only 4 smaller creeps left. When they divide and have the 4 small mod golems, then you can use rod. But it's really not worth using rod on just the big guy, because oh my god, he's so much magic resistance. It's gonna hurt you more than it's hurting him. So. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Let's see, do I kill the small ones? Nah, I'm not even gonna bother. Oh, more mod golems. Alright, we're not done, I guess. Anyway, so this is what I wanted to show you. So look at this, I am level almost 6. You can't see it, I'm almost 6 now. And it's still only 5:46, so I'm a little bit delayed. I should mention that this style of jungling is actually very consistent. I consistently get level 6 before 6 minutes. It's only if I really fuck up I don't get level 6 before 6 minutes. But I should also mention that to achieve this result, you have to be a good jungler, and you have to really put in the time to practice it as a lobby game, because it is harder than it looks, I think. But the thing is, if you get your level 6 before 6 minutes, or just around 6 minutes, this is what I'm aiming for. Often, pretty much every time I get it between 5:30 and 5:46. It's only because I got so many mod golems that this delayed me so much. But if you get your level 6 before 6 minutes, then it's really good, because you can see I already have a smoke. So what I want to do now is I want to make sure I have my mana up, and then I want to just go and secure the 6-minute rune. Either secure it for my mid lane, and then I'm gonna smoke up, and that often leads to a kill, I would imagine. Otherwise, you can smoke one of the other lanes. I mean, if you're level 6 at 6 minutes on a PUDGE, you're like the strongest hero on the map. You can just smoke, and if you just come behind from people, you can just kill everyone. Just walk up to them, ulti them, make your other heroes set up a stun so you can go in there and hook or ulti or whatever you're gonna do. But it is quite good, I would say. So here in the second replay I'm gonna show you a replay where I do stacks. I'm just gonna go quickly through this one because you have seen this before. It's pretty much the same. Hooking the range creep, getting out so I'm not getting XP for the melee creep. Going up here. This time I was lazy, I just had my clarities on me apparently. And you can see my inventory down here is slightly different. I would say that this is worse than the one I did before, but this is because this is one of the first lobby games I played, so I just didn't want to. I hadn't really perfected it yet, I think. But what I want to show you here is when I begin to stack. I think, did I stack before? Okay, I'm gonna stack here, yeah. So stacking with PUDGE is actually pretty funny, and it's actually not as bad as you might think. You just have to stack with rod. So right here, see, I'm getting close to the creeps, and I even can hover over my rods to see the range, and then like this, I can stack it. And then I'm just taking the opportunity to get the centaur. That's probably a good idea, actually. But even if you have tranquil boots, you can still stack. I think I'm gonna do this later. Let's see. I'm just gonna fast forward until I'm gonna stack again. Yeah, here. So this time I'm stacking this way, also with rod. And as you can see, my tranquil boots are not even getting destroyed. That's because I'm very precise with where I'm standing. And also because it's only melee creeps. If you want to stack and they have satyrs, like the range creep, then you actually have to put your tranquil boots in your backpack. That's better. But like this is totally fine. And I only stack up that time because I saw the satyr camp and I plan to go there next. Otherwise, I think it's a lot easier to stack when you go down towards the rune. That's how I would stack, actually. And then I get this camp. I don't think I'm in time to stack anything this time, but that's also secondary. It's still more important to kill these two hard camps every minute. So let's see. Yeah, I'm just waiting for the new camp to spawn, getting some mana. This is why I think the mango comes in clutch, because here I actually had to wait for my clarity to kick in. So that one mango for good luck, I think it's a good decision. So let's see here, am I stacking at 5 minutes as well? Let's see. I think I am. And you know, like this, yeah, you saw, I can just hover my mouse over the rod to see how much range it is exactly. So here I stack a little bit late. I think between 55, 56 is okay. Yeah, and it's I mean, I don't think this is good, because now I'm gonna be getting 3 cells to actually kill the stack myself. So as a rule of thumb, never kill the stack yourself. If you are gonna stack like this, it's only supposed to be for one of your other heroes. Because you're gonna see, this is painful, look at this. Look at this. Level 5 PUDGE. I even have like a ring of protection, I have 3 healing cells. And this is like, it's really not good. So yeah, so in theory you can do this yourself, I just wanted to show you that, but it's much better if you let your carry have this. I mean, technically this is still a level 6 before 6 minutes. I mean, on 6 minutes flat, but I don't know. It's still really not worth it, I think. And then also, you should really have a smoke. As soon as you hit 6, you should have a smoke. As I said, this is one of my earlier replays, so I just didn't have it. So finally, I want to talk about the item. Oh my god, okay. I want to talk about the items on PUDGE. So usually what I'm doing is I'm getting the boots and 2 clarities. And then I'm gonna stash the clarities, put them on the courier or something. Usually I just stash them at my tower. Then I get 2 more clarities, and then I get, so it's looking like this. This is the first courier usage. Then I get the tranquil boots, the second courier usage, and then I get a ton of regen. But I just wanted to mention that there's actually a lot of fun things you can do. Because it's such a weird style of jungling that the rules are completely out of the window on this one. So what I did for a while is I actually just rushed a soul ring. And that's actually also fine. You can get these 3 components in your starting, and then you could just run around naked. That's even better, I think. And then as soon as you get some bounties and you hook the first creep, then you'll have plenty of gold to actually complete your soul ring. So you have this when you are actually hooking the first camp. I ended up going a little bit away from this because I realized that the HP on PUDGE is also a resource you can jungle with. So, but soul ring into a fast tranquil boots, that's actually also a thing you can do. I also had a game where I just went 3 soapy masks and into a tranquil boots, and that actually also worked surprisingly well. You still have to get a few clarities, but you save a lot of golden clarities if you do this. So, but then you get your tranquil boots a bit later, so you have to invest more in tangos. So no matter what you do, I think you just have to invest a lot of gold in tangos and clarities. There's no way around it. And then later on, when you have I think every single PUDGE gets Tranquil Boots. And also I think this is the strongest item for jungling. Then later on, I think you have some options. What I did in one game, I got a hood. I don't know. It looks ugly, but it's actually better than you might think. And then I don't know. It's not bad at all. And then of course you should have a Windlace if you go this build. Windlace, and then probably your next item is Blink, and the shard and stuff like this, right? I also saw Sai recently on a position 4 PUDGE. He went like Tranquil Boots, then he had a stick, I think. Did he have a Windlace? No, I don't think. And then he went Ether Lens, and then he went for a Lotus Orb, which was interesting. So his PUDGE looked like this, pretty much when the game was over, and then he went Blink Shard. I think he went Shard before, right? So the idea is behind this build, I really like it actually, is that you're just gonna be one big ass bodyguard. So if any of your teammates get gone on, you have the option of just putting Lotus on him, you can hook him and eat him, you can blink and eat him, you can really protect him. So this build also makes a lot of sense. I like this build a lot actually. Otherwise, I think mostly it's your build should evolve around the idea of getting blink shot. The Ether Lens is also nice. The advantage of the Ether Lens is you can actually hook them and then you can dismember them while they're in the air. I would like to refer you to a video that Jenkins made not too long ago. I think he called it How to Be a God on PUDGE. He actually talks a lot about the mechanics on PUDGE and how he would play the position 4 PUDGE. So what I would do is I would, obviously since you're here, you're at the end of the second video, congrats to you, because my videos are so fucking long. But what I would do is I would finish watching this video, and then you know how to jungle PUDGE. And then I would watch Jenkins' video because he gives a nice take on how he would play position 4 PUDGE. And then you can just pick position 4 PUDGE, and then when you see the game, you can actually make up your mind, do I want to be the position 4 PUDGE or do I want to be the jungle PUDGE? What Jenkins really emphasized in his video is that the position 4 PUDGE it's a lot about just hooking the big creep in the offlane, you know? He's never actually leaving the offlane. And then he's just, with his body, he's gonna block the small camp. So this way, the enemy are just cannot pull. That's mostly what he's doing in the laning stage. And then later on, he's going up to stack some camps. But you know, now stacks have been nerfed, so I'm not sure that's so good anymore. But the idea of just standing on the bottom lane and just hooking the big creep from the large camp and just blocking the small camp with your hero, that's also really strong because it really prevents the enemy from pulling. And when you have a PUDGE, your lane is gonna be inherently sort of weak because PUDGes cannot trade with the other hero. So making sure that they are not really in position to pull, that's really good. So I would definitely watch this video as well. It's called it's on Jenkins Dota How to Be a God on PUDGE or something like this. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you learned something, and I hope this video is not too long. I'm sorry if it is. Alright, see you guys.